What if I told you that you have a superpower? It's true. This power doesn't let you fly or become invisible. It's something quieter, but way more powerful in the real world. This superpower is called patience. So what is it really? Patience is the ability to wait for something without getting upset, without getting anxious. It's staying calm when things take longer than you want them to. It's understanding that good things often take time to grow. Think of it like being a good gardener. You can't just plant a seed and expect a giant tree the next day. You have to wait. You have to water it. You have to give it sunshine. Patience is your ability to do that for your own goals and dreams. In our world today, everything is fast. Think about your time in school. It's a journey filled with new ideas, tough subjects, big exams. It can feel overwhelming sometimes, right? This is where patience becomes your best friend in the classroom. Imagine you're learning to play the guitar. You pick it up, and your fingers feel clumsy. The sounds you make are squeaky and awful. It's easy to get frustrated and want to quit, but patience tells you to try again tomorrow. Practice the same chord over and over until your fingers know where to go. Every great guitarist started out making squeaky sounds. Patience is the key that unlocks learning. School is all about building knowledge brick by brick. You can't understand chemistry without first understanding basic math. You can't write a great essay without first learning grammar and sentence structure. Let me share a story about a student named Maya. Maya hated public speaking. She started small. First, she practiced in front of her mirror. Then she practiced in front of her dog. Next, she presented to her family. Each step was tiny, but it was a step forward. By the big day, she'd practiced so much she felt prepared. Her patience paid off with a great grade. This idea applies to long-term goals. Maybe your dream is to become a doctor. That's a huge goal. It requires years of school, studying, and hard work. Patience helps you focus on what to do today. Learning a new skill is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Think about that for a moment. In a sprint, you go all out for a very short time. In a marathon, you have to pace yourself. You have to be patient with your body and your mind. You have to keep going even when you feel tired. Mastering anything worthwhile, a new language, a sport, or a musical instrument, is a marathon. There will be days when you feel like you're not making any progress. There will be times when you hit a wall and feel stuck. This is a normal part of the process. Patience is the fuel that keeps you running during those tough miles. Consider the process of learning to code. It's a highly valuable skill in today's world. You might start excited. The first few lessons seem easy, but then you hit a concept that just doesn't make sense. Your code keeps breaking, and you don't know why. Frustration kicks in. This is the moment where many people give up. But the patient learner takes a different path. They take a break. They ask for help. They go back and review the basics. They try to understand the why behind the problem, not just find a quick fix. They know that this struggle is where the real learning happens. Think about learning to drive a car. At first, you have to think about everything. Check the mirrors, foot on the brake, turn the key. It feels so complicated and jerky. You might stall the engine. Patience is what allows you to get back in the driver's seat the next day. You practice in an empty parking lot. Over time, actions become smooth and automatic. That's mastery. School can be a pressure cooker. Homework, projects, exams, social life, part-time job. It's a lot to handle. Stress can feel like a giant monster chasing you. Patience is one of your most powerful shields. When that wave of stress hits, your first reaction might be to panic. Your mind starts racing. I have too much to do. I'll never get it all done. I'm going to fail. Patience lets you pause that panic spiral. It gives you a moment to take a deep breath and look at the situation calmly. Let's break down how this works. A panicked mind sees one giant, unbeatable mountain. A patient mind sees 3 separate hills. Work on the history essay for 1 hour. Take a break. Then start the math problems. Breaking tasks into chunks helps you regain control. Think about a setback, a bad grade on a test you studied for. The initial feeling is crushing. Patience lets you feel disappointment without letting it define you. It gives space to ask constructive questions. What did I get wrong? What can I learn from this? How can I prepare differently next time? Patience turns failure into a learning opportunity. It helps you bounce back stronger and smarter. Practice patience. It's a skill you build over time. Start with small moments. Stuck in a long cafeteria line. Notice your impatience. Instead of getting annoyed, practice. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Look around. Notice something new. Small practices train your brain to stay calm. You're building your stress shield. When big pressures come, you'll be ready. You'll have the power to face the monster, not run from it. Congratulations! You've tossed your graduation cap in the air. Now you're stepping into the professional world. It's exciting, but a bit intimidating. The workplace is a whole new game with new rules. You're the new person. You don't know everything. Your early career is a time for learning, observing, growing. Rushing to prove yourself can lead to mistakes. Patience lets you settle in, absorb information, and build a solid foundation. It can feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. Pressure to be perfect is normal, but patience gives you permission to be a beginner. Ask questions, even if you think they're dumb. Listen more than you talk. Patience shows you are thoughtful, detail-oriented, and eager to learn. Teams prefer someone who does things correctly over someone who rushes and makes a mess. One big transition from school to work is the timeline for success. At work, progress is often much slower and less visible. You might work on a project for months before you see results. You might not get a promotion for a year or more. Patience helps you navigate the long game. Do good work every day, even without constant praise. Trust the process. Consistent effort gets recognized. Patience isn't passivity, it's strategic waiting. It's about choosing your moments. Gather data. Wait for the right opportunity. Present it clearly and compellingly. This approach beats impulse. It shows maturity, foresight, and respect for the team. People promote people they know, like, and trust. Every young professional dreams of climbing the career ladder. It's a slow and steady climb, not a rocket launch. But a common mistake is wanting it all too fast. Impatience can make you jump from job to job without mastering the role you're in. Think of your career as building a skyscraper. You can't start with the penthouse. You must build a deep, strong foundation. Your first few jobs are that foundation. This is where you learn essential skills of your industry. Consider the story of a young graphic designer named Liam. He landed his first job at a big advertising agency. He was full of creative ideas, but assigned mostly edits, change colors, resize logos, fix typos. It was boring. He felt his talent was being wasted. An older mentor told him, "Be patient, master the small things." Liam did tedious work perfectly with a positive attitude. After months, his boss noticed and gave him parts of new designs. His patience proved he was ready for more. Patience also helps you build meaningful relationships at work. You can't build trust with colleagues overnight. It takes time, consistency, helpfulness, and listening. These relationships become your support system and can open doors later. Remember, climb the ladder one patient step at a time. Conflict is a part of life. You'll have disagreements with classmates, family, friends, co-workers. It's unavoidable. Our first instinct is often to defend ourselves. We interrupt and try to prove we are right. We're so busy thinking about what we'll say next that we don't truly hear them. This almost never solves the problem. Patience offers a better way. It's the key to turning a heated argument into a productive conversation. The most powerful tool that patience gives you in conflict is the ability to listen. Really listen. It's not waiting for your turn. It's giving the other person your full attention. You put your arguments aside for a moment and focus on understanding. Why are they upset? What do they need? Patience allows you to stay quiet and let them finish, even if you disagree. This act of patient listening de-escalates tension. It makes the other person feel heard and respected. Imagine you and your project partner disagree about direction. You both have strong ideas. An impatient reaction raises voices. A patient reaction says, "Why don't you walk me through your idea first?" You ask clarifying questions. "So you're saying we should focus on X because of Y." This doesn't mean you agree. It means you're trying to understand. Once you've listened, the whole dynamic changes. You move from me versus you to us versus the problem. Patience helps preserve relationships and find solutions everyone feels good about. It's a superpower for collaboration and teamwork. It's also a true sign of maturity and leadership. We make hundreds of choices every day. from what to eat for breakfast to how to respond to an important email. Many of our biggest regrets come from decisions made in a hurry. Have you ever sent a text when angry and immediately regretted it? Bought something on a whim and later couldn't afford it? Patience is the space between a feeling and a reaction. It's the pause that allows for wisdom. Think of patience as your personal decision-making filter. When you face a big choice, take a moment. Accept a job offer, which college to attend. Impatience screams, decide now. Patience says, let's take a moment, gather facts. Think long-term consequences, make a pro and con list. Talk to people you trust, sleep on it before you decide. A decision made with patience is almost always better. You'll feel more confident in your choice. This applies to your finances. Young professionals are tempted by instant gratification. Patience is the foundation of financial health. Create a budget, save automatically, and understand compound interest. Small investments grow over time. Patience helps align daily choices with long-term goals. If your goal is to be healthy, choose the salad, not the cheeseburger. Thousands of small, patient choices add up to the life you want. Next time you face a decision, give yourself the gift of a pause. Take a breath. Let the initial emotion pass. Ask, what would the patient choice be? That's the choice that leads toward success and away from regret. Sometimes the best way to understand a principle is to see it in action. History is filled with stories of incredible men and women. Their successes were rarely single strokes of genius, but years of patient, relentless effort. Think about J.K. Rowling. She was a single mother, her manuscript rejected by 12 publishers. It would have been easy to give up, but she kept trying. Her patience brought joy to millions. Consider Nelson Mandela, imprisoned for 27 years. He could have become bitter, but he remained patient, learned, and worked to heal his country. Thomas Edison tested thousands of materials before the filament worked. Each failure was a lesson that moved him closer to success. These stories are proof. The greatest achievements are built on a foundation of patience. Their lives are a roadmap for our own journeys. Patience is not something you're either born with or not. It's a skill. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, you can make it stronger with regular practice. First, practice mindful waiting. In line, in traffic, while a website loads. Put your phone away. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Notice the feeling of your feet on the floor. Find 3 things you haven't noticed before. Second, set realistic expectations. Break big goals into tiny, achievable steps. Today, learn 5 new words. Celebrate small wins. They motivate you to keep going. Finally, remember the power of the pause. Before reacting to an annoying email, a critical comment, or a frustrating mistake, give yourself a pause. Even one deep breath or waiting until the next day lets emotion pass so you can respond thoughtfully. Start today. Start small. Small patient choices add up. Your future self will thank you for it. Practice mindful waiting. Break goals into tiny steps. Pause before you react. Patience will change how you see challenges and how you achieve success. This superpower is within your reach. Decide to start using it today.